Hari Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryan Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we are going to speak about cleanliness. This will be our topic. What is cleanliness? Is it important thing in the life of the devotees? Cleanliness, it's very much part of the whole lifestyle and Vaishnava culture. Because if we think deeply what is the whole process of Bhakti Yoga, it's just a very deep purification of the heart or purification of the consciousness. So it's all about cleanliness, but just cleanliness on a different levels. Every morning during Mangalarati we are singing two important verses which are connected with cleanliness. One is Cheto Darpana Marjanam. What is the meaning? Cheta?
Heart.
Cheta is what?
Consciousness.
Mind or consciousness, yes. And then Cheto Darpana Marjanam.
Darpana, mirror. Marjanam, cleaning.
Yes, cleaning. So we are trying to clean our mind from the dust which is covering the surface of the mind, the dust of ignorance. Because of this ignorance we feel unfulfilled, unhappy, both in material and even maybe sometimes in a spiritual sense at the moment, because still our mind is not so clean. So yes, the whole thing is to clean our consciousness, then we can be established in our eternal position of servants of Krishna, then we can be happy. Otherwise, no matter what we do, how much we are changing externally the situation, it won't help, it won't work. Internal cleanliness, internal purity is needed. And this is a principle which is logical for all the devotees. Devotees on the beginning level like us, devotees on the highest level also. Of course they are doing it just to give us a good example, but they are also doing it. Like again, every morning when we sing Gurvashtaka prayers, the third verse is saying what? Yes. So the spiritual master, Shivi Graharadana Nityanana, he is always engaged in worshipping the deity. Wants to worship the deity, to decorate the deity. This gives him great pleasure. And what else is he engaged in? Shringara Tan Mandira Marjanado. He is cleaning the temple. He is cleaning the temple of Krishna. Together with his devotees. Yuktasya Bhaktam Shchan Yunjatapi. He is doing it and he is engaging his disciples, other devotees also, to do the same activity. So it's very important practical part of our lifestyle. It should be always part of our lifestyle as a devotee, cleanliness. Now we are going to speak, there are different kinds of cleanliness. There is external cleanliness and there is different levels of internal cleanliness, and gradually we should work to reach all these levels. So let's speak a little bit about external cleanliness. External cleanliness means we should keep our body always clean. And also we should keep the place where we are living, atmosphere around us, always also clean. Why? Someone may say, well, I'm not this body and I'm not this room. Why I have to keep them clean? I'm just the consciousness. Okay, but we see that your consciousness is very much influenced by the situation of your body and situation of your external environment. So that's why if we put a little bit endeavor in this part, it will come also in our consciousness, purity. Did you have sometimes the experience that, let's say, when you engage in cleaning, let's say put your things in order, clean the place around you, and suddenly you feel cleanliness in your mind becomes very orderly, very peaceful, very satisfied. You had this endeavors, experience?
I got a good experience while cooking.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep like your place clean, it's very easy to cook. Like feel like more in the passion that everything is around, you know. So like plenty of things on the tables, you must looking for it.
It's always more difficult.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's like more hard to do.
Yes. So yeah, in this regard, that means we have to keep our body clean. What means to keep the body clean? Shower.
Brushing teeth.
Yes, brushing teeth when?
For when you wake up and when you go to sleep.
Correct. Generally, it's good to do it 2 times a day. During the day, unless necessary, generally we don't wash our teeth, because if you wash your teeth, this makes you contaminated, so you cannot engage yourself in pure activities, like in cooking or puja or this kind of things.
Really, if you brush your teeth, you can't. Oh, really? It won't
Me- Yes, it means you can go out, you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do these things, but you are considered. That's why activities as cleaning the teeth or shaving or cutting our nails, these things we do before taking shower. Other things that we do before taking shower is going to big toilet. Yes, number 2, as Bhakta Jimmy likes to say.
Big toilet.
Number 1 and number 2. So generally, if we have to go to toilet for number 2, the big bathroom, we should always take shower after this. This is the culture. Yes.
I was telling this, someone came to spend a night 2 weeks ago, and he was thinking, oh, this is kind of crazy, why do we have to take a shower after passing stew? This doesn't make any sense. But he was telling me that for like the past week he was having brain fog. His mind was so cluttered and so many things. So I told him, he went to Pastoral actually that day, and I told him, just try taking a shower, and I gave him a fresh pair of clothes, and he took a shower. He was totally clean, fresh clothes, everything. And he said that all of that brain fog went away almost 80%.
Mm-hmm.
So we could also see by experience.
Yes.
So that was nice, even for me to see.
Yes, this is very powerful to purify your body. It's already influences so much our consciousness. Generally, devotees, they take at least 1 shower every day. If possible 2, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, or whenever we have to go to toilet. Generally, in the morning it's advisable that the shower is cold. Not freezingly cold, because if we take every day freezingly cold shower, gradually we may have problem after some years with our bones, like arthritis and all this kind of thing. So, not freezingly cold, but the water should be such that we feel that we are getting illumination. Just like, wow, what's going on here? Okay, now I'm woke up. And the afternoon shower, it can be warm, and then we can at the end just put some cold water just to, again, make us alert. Generally, the body is washed better with warm water. Of course, we should not overdo it.
The body works better.
It's washed better. With soap and warm water, you can wash it like the clothes. If you wash the clothes with warm water, it's easier to the dirtiness to come out. Yes.
I heard like from Manu Samhita it's recommended for the humankind and for humans to do the shower just 2 times per day.
I heard three. I heard 3 for brahmanas.
3 for brahmanas and sannyasis.
Actually, for brahmacharis, it's obligatory 1 time a day. At least 1 time you have to take shower after you get up from bed. Because it's supposed that if you are living in Sattva Guna, you go immediately to the toilet after getting up in the morning and then job done. Take shower, bath. For family people, it's advisable 2 times a day because they work during the day. So in the morning and after work again, when they come back home.
When they take a shower after work, because so many subtle, like, why is the exact reason? I heard because when you go outside, you come in contact with so many different energies, and when you take a shower, it cleanses.
Yeah, maybe contamination, but also because generally working, moving a lot, you start sweating and so on and so on. Brahmacharis also maybe. That's why it's advisable that if you go and outside distribute books or do Harinam and you become sweaty, then when you come back you can again take shower.
Body gets dirty also by the sweating or
Yes, the body gets dirty.
feels better.
You can smell it and you understand. And then for a sannyasis, recommendation is 3 showers a day. Generally, sannyasi should take 3 showers a day, technically speaking. If we take regularly showers, we won't get depressed. If we take regularly showers with cold water, with cool water, if we take 2 cool showers every day, we will never experience depression. Even if you experience this, will be very short. It will go away very fast. Depression cannot stand when there is cold showers. It's impossible. Just try it and you'll see.
I never heard of a depressed person, being clean and taking cold showers. Usually we hear depressed people just staying in bed, eating ice cream, watching movies.
Yes,
That's
correct,
right.
correct.
That was ignorance.
There is connection. And so, we keep our body in this way clean. So we said all the impure activities, we do them before taking shower, and after that we take shower so that we are clean. Also part of the cleanliness is to put clean clothes. Clean clothes would mean, in case of Vaishnava clothes, if possible every day wear a new set of clothes. This is the best standard. Or if let's say we have to wear, as we sometimes call them, karmic clothes, like jeans or sweater or this or that, at least Hamsarupa Prabhu gave us a nice test some days ago. He said, how you understand that something is dirty? Srila Prabhupada was saying, a smell test. You just smell it. If it doesn't smell good, okay, now it's time to wash it. So maybe every week or something like that you can, after wearing 4 or 5 times, 6 times some clothes, wash them. Because generally these clothes is more difficult to wash them, it's more difficult to get dry, so it's not practical to wash them every day. Vaishnava clothes, yes, you can wash them every day. They dry for like 2 hours, 3 hours. Of course, sometimes if we don't have to go to the altar or in the kitchen to like the pure services, we can wear them 2-3 days. Especially if their material is better, like if the material is jute or silk, these clothes, they become contaminated. It takes more time. So we can wear them 3 days, 4 days.
Yeah, silk especially, you can wear 10 times. Of course, if you're sweating and very far up guilt, and then you have to wash off the first time. But if it's like normal, 10 times without being contaminated, silk. And wool is even better.
Wool.
And cotton, you wear it once, normally you have to wash it. But
1-2 times, yes.
yeah. But don't get too fanatical about this. Don't wash clothes every like those people said.
Yes, of course, summertime it's kind of more natural that more often you change your clothes because you're sweating more. But winter time you can go 2-3 days unless you have to do something pure like puja or cooking for the deities. Then of course you have to put clean clothes. Clean means you didn't eat with these clothes, you didn't went with them to the toilet. Number 1 or number 2, both.
Puja clean.
Yes.
Puja stuff.
This means clean clothes. They are washed, they are dried properly, they are not put in an unclean place, let's say the bathroom or the bed that you are sleeping. This place are considered not clean. So you keep them in a clean place, let's say your shelf, which is clean, and then you put them. This is clean. If you eat with a cloth, it's considered not clean. Means puja clean. It's not proper with these clothes to go on the altar or to go to the kitchen. So that's about the body. Let's speak a little bit about the place where we are living. We have to keep it clean. Yes. What means clean?
Sweeping and mopping the floor every day.
Sweeping with what?
Broom.
And that's all?
A special kind of broom.
Special kind of broom. Mopping, yes.
Putting the stuff in order.
Vedic culture says that in order to clean, one place should have water. If there is no water, it's not considered clean. Like for example, this room now, we can swipe it with a broom and we'll definitely get lots of like small particles and dirt, this and that. We can throw these ones, but technically it's not considered clean unless you clean with water, then it's considered clean. So generally water should be always there. That's why part of the brahmachari culture especially is, if you live in the brahmachari ashram, or in our case maybe we have to say in the brahmachari room, where at least there the proper brahmachari standards should be kept. When you get up in the morning, you put aside your bed and then you clean the floor on the place where you were sleeping. Or it can be also one person every day, like it's known that after all the devotees get up, he just goes and he cleans the floor for like 2-3 minutes. Then this place is considered clean. Generally, this is the standard. Now, is it enough a place to be just clean? Is this enough? What else we required in order the place to, that we feel that the place is clean?
As I said, managing the stuff.
Managing the stuff. What that means?
Putting them in order.
Yes. Creating order. Sometimes technically the place is clean, but everything is so messed around that being present there you don't feel the place is clean. Like everything is so unorderly that you feel that your mind is also so unorderly. And then just by putting the things on their proper places, immediately you feel kind of relief. Wow, now it's so much better. Now I can breathe. I can do something in this place. So this helps. This is all connected with Sattva Guna. Sattva Guna is material quality, but because it's higher material quality, when our atmosphere is in Sattva Guna, when our clothes are in Sattva Guna, when our body is in Sattva Guna, we immediately feel good. Because it's a mode of goodness, so you feel good when you're in the mode of goodness. It's very helpful. So this is in connection with the cleanliness in about the body and the place. Yes.
And just short notice, we clean our room ultimately because it's Krishna's room. And of course, Sattva Guna is very important. We want to feel good so that we can engage better in Krishna's service. But ultimately, it is Krishna's room, and Krishna is happy when his room is clean. That's the ultimate standard. The ultimate motivation.
So basically we are doing it for the pleasure of Krishna.
Yeah, can be actually.
Why I have to clean my room today? Well, I'll clean my room because Krishna will be happy if I do this. That's why I'll do it. Very often, yes, we are not doing it because why? One day I feel I want to do it, next day I don't feel. So if I don't feel, I have to do it, and we don't do it. But if it's for Krishna, no, I have to do it because Krishna will be more happy. So now, what's happening if we do our part of cleaning, but we see that the neighbor didn't do? What we are going to do then? What do you think? Get frustrated. Yes, that's the first priority to frustration. Why didn't you clean your part?
You can decide that I'm not going to also clean my part.
Okay, he didn't clean, then tomorrow I will also. Let's see how I feel now today.
We can try to talk to the person, like, please clean.
Prabhu, clean your place.
Please, please.
I'm telling you, go immediately and clean your place.
We could clean.
Talk to the authority. Prabhuji, he didn't clean his place.
Look.
Go on his case, please, immediately.
We could clean it up for him.
Oh, wow.
I don't do that usually.
Now we are talking. Amazing.
Is this theoretical knowledge or?
This is some very high revelation, spiritual revelation. Yes?
And I get a question. It will help that person to put it, to make it another time, like in order.
If we clean for him.
Yeah.
Well, it may help, it may not help.
Not every time.
But it will definitely help us
Yeah.
because you develop the proper mood of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava means he is always in a mood of service to others. So, at least from our perspective, this will be the best thing to do. Now, if the person is intelligent, generally he will see, wow, wait a minute, this is actually what I had to do, but he is doing it because of me. Oh, so next time I have to do it. If he's a genuine person, if he is honest with himself, sincere, generally this is how you're going to react. Now, if he's very lazy, he may say, thank you, Krishna, there is someone else to clean instead of me, and now I can be another 5 minutes in Maya. Then, for the good of this person, then we can mention to his authority, Prabhu, I'm cleaning this every day and I don't mind, I can continue doing it, but I don't think it's good for the spiritual welfare of this Vaishnava. So if you think right, you can go and speak with him and let the authority decide. Or the authority may say, no, now is not the time, later just please do it for now, later I'm going to speak about him. So then we accept it as arrangement of Krishna. Okay, Krishna is giving me this special service to the Vaishnavas, let me do it. This is generally the way how a Vaishnava is thinking. So always if we see a place which maybe someone has to clean it, or for some reason it's not clean, and we have the capacity, we have the time to do it, why not doing it? Why not cleaning it? So can you imagine if you have a temple, and in the temple there are 20 people, and each one is thinking in this way? What will happen with this temple?
The work will never be done.
No.
What do you mean?
The work will be done.
The cleaning will never happen.
No. If each one is thinking that whenever they say a message, thinking, oh, I better clean this up.
Oh, better clean. I
Yeah.
thought like, oh, I won't clean. Okay,
No.
then the work will be done. I thought like not clean. I
If
won't clean,
if
I
we
won't
think
clean,
I won't clean, then it will be a big problem, yes.
Sadhguru would do it.
But we said that the Vaishnava thinking is
Vaishnava
generally
thinking,
the opposite. There is I don't know if it's written, but at least we could say unwritten rule for thinking of Vaishnava. It is said Vaishnava is always leaving a place behind self more pure, more clean than what he saw when he went to this place. So always we have to leave the place cleaner than before when we go in one place. Living in one place or doing something in one place. For example, we go to shave in the bathroom or cut our hair. So whatever was the place, at least we have to leave it as much clean as before. If possible, even more. We go, let's say, to the toilet and we see that the devotee before us, he didn't have the time to clean the toilet, how you say it?
Toilet seat.
The toilet seat, yes.
Toilet
Thank you. Toilet seat. So, okay, let me clean it. I guess he was in a hurry, so let me clean instead of him. So if everybody is thinking in this way, okay, maybe you lose another 10 or 20 minutes from your day for cleaning, but actually the atmosphere will become very pure and this will influence the consciousness of everybody around. And then everybody will be benefited. And what is the price? The price is that, okay, I'll give 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes from my day just to clean something random. So generally this is the mentality of a Vaishnava. Vaishnava is always trying to maintain cleanliness. We can give a good examples in this regard, we can give bad examples. I don't want to give personal examples, but I would just mention something that it kind of caught my attention a few days ago. I was in one of the rooms upstairs in the Brahmacharya ashram when certain devotee was reciting, and now I know how the room was looking like. And then after a few days another devotee went to reside there, and apparently he understood that this room is actually not properly clean, it's not orderly. So he spent maybe a day to clean the room. And then it happened that he asked me to do something for him, so I entered the room. The moment I entered the room, I couldn't recognize the room. The room was so orderly, there was so much space in the room. I was surprised. Wow, this room actually is quite a big room. I couldn't recognize the room, and it was so clean, like you feel the air is clean and the atmosphere is clean, everything is clean. So it makes a difference, and it will make a difference in our consciousness. It's important. Generally for Brahmanas, it is said, because Brahmanas, they are engaged in worship, yes? So they have their paraphernalia for worshipping. They have their achaman cup. Always Brahmanas, they have achaman cup. If a Brahmana doesn't have achaman cup, that means he's not a Brahmin. Achaman cup is, if you don't know what is achaman cup, that's a problem. Achaman cup is a small cup with a spoon in which you put water, and before doing clean activities, you always purify your hands. That we use for Tulasi Day.
Usually it's copper, it's made out of copper, right?
It can be copper, it can be bell, it can be silver, it can be gold if you are very rich. Yes.
I was thinking, when we touch the Achman cup with Muchi hands, does the Achman cup become Muchi?
No, because you take the water and then you pour the water down the spoon onto your hand. So the water, because the water is holy,
The sages, they taught it out.
it purifies the spoon, it purifies your hand, and even purifies your consciousness. So don't worry about this one.
But it has to go down the spoon.
Just the point was that generally Brahmins, they will have paraphernalia for worship, they will have for Achaman cup. So by looking at their paraphernalia and their Achaman cup, you can understand how much they are in Sattva Guna. If their cup is always maintained very pure, very shining, very clean, you understand this is Paka, Sattva Guna Brahmana. Or he can be a little bit influenced from Rajaguna or from Tamaguna. Please don't come to my room to see my Achamanka, because I didn't clean it for some time. But these are some criteria just to see. Okay, so let's speak a little bit about the cleanliness of the words, of the language. What should be our language? What is the language of a Vaishnava?
Krishna Katha.
Yes, always speaks about Krishna, always quote Shastra. What are the words that generally comes out of his mouth, according to Bhagavad Gita?
It should be pleasing to others.
Pleasant?
Serving to others.
Yes.
Is the
What else?
inspiring.
Inspiring. Yes. Also, why not? Let's see what Bhagavad Gita is saying.
Hare Krishna.
That's the word. Hello.
Okay. Speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, not agitating others, and regularly reciting the Vedic literature. So we should try to maintain also some purity of speech, because if not, gradually the speech will become thoughts, and these thoughts, they will contaminate our mind. We should keep our language pure. We should not use too crazy words. Of course, especially in a place like New York, generally the language is quite informal, which is okay, it's not a problem, but we should avoid using very, how to say?
New York
bad slang, I would say. If it's a good slang, sometimes you can say some, what's up, bro, or this, that. That's okay. Friendly talk, I guess, is normal for the Vaishnavas here to speak in this way. But we should not speak in a bad way. We should not use bad words, words that other can become offended from them. We should avoid using these kind of words. Yes.
When you said in New York, it's usually informal. You also mean in the temple here? It's more informal than...
I see that generally the mood here, the mood of associating in the temple and outside of the temple is quite informal. Like I go to the bank and the lady in the bank is telling me, hey, how are you? Well, if you go in Europe, it's not like that. Hello, sir. What can I do for you? It's always in these kind of places you have quite a... This is what is established. It's a very formal way of relationship. Whereas I hear people there, like I go to the T-Mobile, and the guy, what he told me, it was very... What's up? But he used some slang that it was very... These things, they make impression into me because it's something new for me. So it's, for me, it's like, wow. Like for you, it will be nothing because you're used to this. But my point is, this is not necessarily something bad. But there are words that when we use, our mind becomes contaminated, and others, people, they become frustrated out of it. So this we should avoid.
I had one point on that the words we say eventually becomes thoughts. That like sometimes we may be listening to some rap song or whatever, some common music, and we're just singing some lyric like, oh, the lyrics is talking about how the person's depressed, how he wants to commit suicide, and then soon after we get depressed and we get suicidal thoughts and all these different things happen, and we think, oh, where's this coming from?
Yes, correct. So yeah, basically here we are coming to the third kind of cleanliness, which is actually the most important, the cleanliness of the mind. The cleanliness of the mind. Because as you are saying, whatever is in our mind, sooner or later it will come to the level of speech, and it will come to the level of external activities. We will start acting on the basis of what is in our mind. So we should keep our mind clean from what kind of lower qualities, for example? Passion, generally the passion we call it? Lust, yes. Anger, greed, yes. Pride. These are all qualities, they contaminate very much our mind. So we become impure inside. If you are impure inside, at some point it will come outside. So that's why exactly the way how we externally take regularly showers every day to maintain our cleanliness, so in the same way we should take regularly showers internally. What is the best shower for internal cleanliness? Mahamantra, Harinam, Sankirtan, yes. And it's practical thing. It's not just, we are not just saying this because though it is said in our books, in our philosophy. No, it's practical, just try it. Chant every day 2-3 hours, go 1 hour on Harinam, and you see on what level will be the purity of your consciousness, and go without this and you see what kind of purity will have your consciousness. Just make an experiment. Means don't stop chanting, but I'm just saying that, let's say chant one day 64 rounds, or few days 64 rounds, and then chant 5 rounds, and then you see the difference. There is a big difference. There is a big difference. So this is very, very important for our internal purity. We should, as a Vaishnavas, we should keep always our mind happy and satisfied. Sometimes devotees, they say, but I'm chanting Hare Krishna, I'm following the process, but I don't feel always happy. But actually the point is, it's like a rule. On the level of practicing Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti, means Maharaj was speaking this morning a little bit on the lecture about this, when still the spiritual process is not completely spontaneous for us. So on the previous level, on the level of following the rules and regulations, actually it's our duty to be happy. It's our duty. What means our duty to be happy? Well, our duty to control our mind in such a way that we keep him satisfied. It's our duty to do this. In the situations that we are, we should try to keep our mind happy, satisfied. Very important part from this is that we should not blame others. This is very often how the unsatisfaction of the mind comes out. We immediately start like looking at others and blaspheming others, or looking in mistakes in the way of acting of other devotees or other people. If we are completely satisfied in ourselves, why we are going to look for others? No, generally we start looking at others when something is wrong. We are internally not completely happy, that's why we start looking. Why this is here, why this is there, why he's looking at me like that, why he's speaking to me like that, why she doesn't like me, why? Because actually you don't like yourself at this moment. That's why you start perceiving that others don't like you. So this is very, very important to start from this internal cleanliness. That's why always our day should start with chanting. Generally, with some very unique small exceptions, the day of a devotee should start with chanting. The only thing which can come before the chanting is
Reading.
shower.
Cleaning.
Reading, you can do some reading before that. Just to get enthusiasm, few minutes you can read, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Generally just chant. Chant in the beginning. Purify your consciousness. Then everything that you do, it will have a big effect. Your reading will be very powerful. Your association with other people will be very powerful. Service that you're doing, it will be very efficient. Because instead of something taking you 2 hours, you'll be able to accomplish the same thing for 1 hour. Because you are more efficient. Your mind is very clear. It's very clear for you what you're doing. How much time it will take. Everything. Bam, 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 bam. You become very fast. Even the chanting itself starts getting faster. Have you noticed this? If you chant more, in the beginning it takes longer. The more you chant, actually, the more easy it's becoming. Faster you can do it. Like, let's say, if in the beginning you are chanting one round for 10 minutes. After maybe you chant 30 rounds, and suddenly you start making the rounds for 6 minutes, for 7 minutes. Just it becomes faster and faster and faster. So yeah, let's start from this kind of purification. And there is even one more level we can just mention about it. We have to be conscious and gradually work on it. And this is the level of polluted consciousness. Even sometimes if on a gross level we don't feel in our mind lust or anger or greed or pride, still we have, until we are completely pure, we have this materially contaminated consciousness. What's the idea? The idea is very simple. We continue to think that we are the controllers and we are the enjoyers. This is the contamination. You can be Paka Vaishnava externally, but still you want to control the situations, and at the end of the day you want to get some sense gratification for yourself. It can be on a very subtle platform. Let's say others should recognize that you are a great Vaishnava, that you are more advanced than others, that you are very pure, that you give the best lectures, that you lead the best kirtans. Some subtle way, this idea for controlling the situation, things should happen the way how you think it's right, the things to happen, and enjoying the situation. At the end of the day, should have something for me. So this is the tendency of all living entities in this material world. No matter who, one way or the other, we will see this kind of consciousness because we are still in a materially contaminated consciousness. Unless we speak about very great Vaishnava, who is the liberated personality, then we won't find this. There will be no traces of mentality to control and to enjoy. These personalities, they are free from this. So this is also a level of cleanliness that we have to achieve. Of course, this is coming gradually with the process of devotional service.
Also, I heard in the morning lecture when Matanga asked about those, how do you say, dark sanskaras.
That
So
sanskars.
these, obviously everybody as a man or human, they have these type of
Samskars.
desires in them. So I also got to learn that this is also related to our past desires, which is our from life after life after life. Our mind have stored these type of desires. So whenever we see some lusty stuff, that clicks and analyzes and collect the data. And whenever it tells you to look again, and then when you look again, then you fall for it. Then that's like your like how you search on Google. Like I had the example. So you search IS, so it immediately says ISKCON NYC. It gives you the ahead of data.
Options.
The data that is saved already. So now it's your choice. Even though you want to type IS something else, but it will give you the option of ISKCON, so you will just go for it. You will type ISKCON. Let me check it out. So it's like that type of click triggers inside us, which we gotta, how to say, out of sight, out of mind, which we gotta take away. Yes.
Yeah, so that's why we are saying that the internal purity is the most important, isn't it?
The mind is like a naughty kid.
Mind is like a naughty kid, correct? Mind is like a naughty kid, and mind already has many tendencies, and many of them are not in the right direction. So now gradually we have to change this, put the inclinations of the mind in the right direction. Let's say you have a choice to go into some kind of Maya, I don't know, play computer games for 8 hours, or suddenly you see a notice on your phone. Harinam, Sankirtan, Union Square, 3 to 7. And naturally your mind is saying, I want to do that. You just throw everything and you just go for the Harinam. We should come to this level gradually.
Yeah.
We have such a purity of consciousness that naturally we choose for the good option, for the spiritual option, for the spiritual association, spiritual engagement. But until we come to this level, all these other levels that we spoke, they are important. We should have a clean habits, we should have a clean activities, we should have clean thoughts, and then gradually all this will culminate of pure mind, pure desires. So we mentioned few practical things. Let's try to work on them in our day-to-day life. Let's try, let's say, to observe ourselves the next 4 or 5 days, how we react, because many of those situations will come, how we react in these situations. Let's say we find a place which is not clean. Are we going to clean it, or we will say, oh, I don't have time. Someone else will clean it. Or when we have to do something in regards to cleaning of the body, how we do it. Do we do it the proper order, or we are saying, no, okay, next time, or now I don't have time for it. So let's observe ourselves, and maybe next Tuesday we can take little time just to share what's your impressions and what's your thoughts on these different situations that came out. Like something that comes to mind that we can see very often is everybody likes to go for breakfast. Yes? I don't see nobody saying, oh, I don't want to eat today. Everybody want to go in. But I hardly see someone to clean the tables after eating breakfast. So this is something that we have to gradually work on. A Vaishnava, he's always cleaning after himself. And even if some other Vaishnava wants to do service and clean his part, he's refusing. He's saying, no, I don't want to accept service. I want to render service to others. So I will not allow you to render me service. I will render you service. I'll clean your part. This is the mood of a Vaishnava. If everybody has this mood, then suddenly the temple becomes really, you feel the atmosphere of Vaikuntha. It becomes so attractive. Everybody is attracted because it's amazing. Like, wow, how it's possible. Outside is the opposite way. Everybody want to take service, nobody wants to render service unless he gets his payment. And here, nobody gets any money and everybody wants to render service. I mean, what's going on? Are you crazy, guys? What's going on with you? Just for a finale, I'll just tell you a nice story. It's from New Zealand. Devotees, they have this Bhakti Lounge. Have you heard? The Amrita Maharaja's project, yes. So basically he has his disciples, boys and girls, and they have like a yoga place, very cool, very nicely looking, very nice music. You can relax like that, just chill a little bit, and they really try to make people feel very comfortable, and they speak with them, associate with them. So people, they like the atmosphere, the place. So one day, one man came, and he spent some time there. He ate lunch, and he liked it very much. And then next time he came again, and that next time came again. And then after a few times coming, he called for there was a lady serving him. He said, "Who is in charge for this place? Who is in charge?" And they said, "Well, there is one guru. His name is Devamrita Swami. Actually, he's the head in charge. We are just helping him." And he said, "I'm very impressed by you. I want to speak with your boss, because I'm coming already here a few times, and you are rendering excellent service. You're taking care amazingly for me, and you don't want anything in return." He asked them also, "How much is your salary? How much money you take?" And they said, "Oh, we are just doing it as a service. We don't get paid." He was even more like shocked. And he said, "Okay, please let me know when your leader is coming. I want to meet him." And they said, "Yeah, actually he's coming after 3-4 weeks, so we will let you know." So then the Amrita Maharaj came, and this man spoke with him. And the man said, "I am very much impressed by the quality of what you're doing here in your service. It's like amazing. So tell me more about your plans. What are your plans?" And then Maharaj, because Maharaj is very intelligent, he understood actually what's going on.
Actually, he asked him, "Tell me, okay, do you have some problems? What are your problems?"
"Can I help you somehow?" And Maharaj, he had already some ready options. So he said, "Well, one problem that we have is, you see this place, first is not down, it's on the first floor. The second is in the middle of the city. We want to have also a very nice place outside the city, like a farm, a nice place. And we can produce some of the things there and bring them here." And the man, he said, "Okay, so you thought you have this problem, huh? Now you have a 500,000 problem. What you're going to do with it?" And then Maharaj, he thought a little bit. The guy, he wants to donate 500,000. And then Maharaj said, "Well, what's your job?" And the man said, "Actually, I'm a real estate guy." Maharaj said, "Oh, so can you please help us to find a good place for us, and you can pay for it?" The man said, "Sure, no problem." And he did it, the whole thing. He made a very good deal. He found a very good place. He bought it with his money. He just gave it to the devotees. So,
There's the farm museum.
So yeah, basically, if people feel purity, they'll be very much attracted. And purity actually means cleanliness, external cleanliness, but the most important is internal cleanliness. If people feel internal cleanliness, that you want to help someone, you want to serve him, and you don't want to exploit him, everybody will be attracted. Sooner or later, everybody will be attracted. So then nothing is a problem. People will not be a problem. There will be hundreds of people. There will be money. There will be everything. Nothing will lack. Just one thing we need. What is that? Cleanliness, yes. Internal and external. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada ki Jai.